ESP have proven to the world that they are the premier heavy rock guitar brand and have become the choice of the biggest guitar bands in the world of Metallica, Anthrax and Slayer. Where do you feel ESP are at the moment with regard to music genre focus, as your vintage range has so much to offer and you seem to be attracting many artists outside of metal?
It's true that we are known primarily as a metal guitar company, but we can do much more than that. And metal is probably the most guitar-driven music. So within that music, the guitar is always the most featured instrument. But we'd like to get into, and we do have artists from country to jazz playing our guitars. They're just not as well known at this point, but we do offer them products like the X-Tone or the vintage reproduction guitars which is basically our roots. That's what we started out making when we came to the States. So we are trying to get involved with some success in other areas besides metal, but metal is always the most visible, especially for us.
Can you tell us about the new LTD Elite series just released at NAMM?
Yes, the LTD Elite series is the first brand without the ESP logo that's manufactured at the ESP factory. Until now, the only thing that was made at the ESP factory were the ESP models. But we wanted a guitar that fit a price point between the current LTDs and the ESPs, which are significantly higher. So we introduced the LTD Elite, which is made by the same luthiers that make the ESP brand guitars at a slightly lower price point than the ESPs.
Oh,
So
nice.
we're starting out with 5 models, but we will be introducing new models and colors later in the year.
What's the best part of the job for you?
The best part of the job is working with the team of people we have and being involved in the creative process, not just worrying about the day-to-day management of the company. Even though the company has gone from 6 people to 50 people, and we're selling from between 8,000 and 10,000 guitars a month, as opposed to between 100 and 200 when I started, I'm still involved in working on the design of guitars. We have a lot of freedom that some companies might not have. We are a overseas division with a parent company, but they allow us to run the company and design the product as we see fit, and we've been pretty successful so far. So to be involved in the creative process and work with the people that we currently have as part of our team is always something for me to look forward to.
Have you been surprised by the success of the 7-string models?
Not at all. Actually, we are introducing some 8 strings, so and they're very, very popular. We're currently making 2 custom 8-string tellies in the custom shop for Steph Carpenter.
Oh.
So as more and more professional artists embrace the 7 strings and the 8 strings, more and more consumers want them. So that is, I'm not surprised at all.
Can you define the association and difference between ESP and LTD for our viewers out there?
ESP is our premier brand, higher priced, made at our small Japan factory, and they are the highest quality guitars that we manufacture. In 1996, we introduced the LTD brand to give people a more affordable version of our ESP guitars, and they're made in Korea, Indonesia, China, Vietnam, depending on the price point. And they're mostly based on the ESP designs, but the price is within reach of more people.
Cool.
That's the basic, that's the primary difference.
Yeah.
What do you think have been the main factors and strategies that have contributed to ESP success, especially with so many challenges in today's market?
Well, we started out as a very small company, as I said, making strictly ESPs, more of a very high-end boutique brand, up until 1996. We were a much smaller company then, and the guitars we made were all high-end guitars. When we introduced the LTD brand in 1996, we made our product and our designs much more accessible to a much wider range of consumers. So that made a huge difference in ESP's success and ESP's growth.
Thank you so much for letting me breathe the same air today, Matt. It's been a great pleasure chatting and hearing your insights. May the guitar gods bless you.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure for me too.